Aunt Jackie's, I ain't gonna hold you. They've never steered me wrong, okay?
All about natural beauty. Yeah, Slim Reshae.
Okay, y'all, so it's been 3 weeks, and this is what my silk press looks like. It's not really giving silk press anymore. However, I'm proud because it lasted long for me to be working out in the gym 4 days out of the week. Snowstorm, winter storm, rain. I think she looks good, okay? But as you can see, one of the last rainy days kind of got to the end of my ponytail because I didn't know it was supposed to rain and I went out there. So you can see the ends are starting to revert just slightly. I only reapplied heat one time for a brand campaign where I curled my hair after like week 2 with a curling iron. But other than that, the silk press was pressed, okay? But before we go in and wash the hair, I really wanted to get this video to you guys because Aunt Jackie's then came out with some new products, okay? And if you know, you know, Aunt Jackie's was like my holy grail when I really was getting into my YouTube bag, and I'm excited. And the first thing that caught my attention was this Curl La La Hold Me Down styling gel. Like, I'm excited to try this out for a wash and go. However, I've been trying to get out of my wash and go bag and try more stretch styles. So today we are doing a perm rod set on this old silk press, and I'm actually gonna use this Curl La La Thirst Trap. This is their curl milk, and this says it's a triple moisture leave-in conditioner for hydrated and soft curls. And if you watch my last vlog when I showed you guys me getting this silk press, she advised me that I needed to make sure I add moisture in my hair. That's why I had a lot of static coming off of it. So we're gonna use this, and we're also gonna use the Curl La La Foamalicious styling mousse, okay? It says flexible hold, so I don't know if it's gonna give me like super long wear hold type vibe, but we're gonna use this with the curl milk. If I'm feeling jazzy, I might throw just a dash of the gel in there. I normally don't use gels for my perm rod sets, but why not? We're here to test out the products, so let's get into it. I'm starting off by sectioning my hair, and I'm parting it almost like you would do a roller set. Y'all ignore my makeup, it was a long day, but we are about to try this perm rod set. This is my first time in a long time, so not too much. So for the curl milk, I'm taking literally like half a dime size on these small sections and just running it down the shaft of my hair. And I am just brushing that through. I'm using my Tangle Teezer, the Skims collab. Yeah, it was chocolate, so you know I had to get it. So one thing that I noticed when I've been seeing people doing like the roller sets is that they always like start high and roll it down. So I'm trying to do that with my perm rods so they'll be tighter at the root so my roots won't be super puffy. I have the cream color, which is the 3/4 inch ones. And then I also have the 7/8 inch ones, which are the orange ones. So I'm gonna use both of these. I'm just putting on the curl milk and then going in with a pump or two, depending on the size of the section of the foam mousse. And then I'm just using my finger to smooth it on the perm rod. And I'm holding it tight, kind of just like how the roller set girlies be saying. And then roll it all the way up. And what I've noticed just off of doing these 2 that I've done is that it's tighter, like I said, at the root by starting to wrap it from up top versus wrapping it down. Now, I'm not gonna hold y'all. This was a arm workout trying to wrap it from holding it up top. So over time, my arms just started getting lower and lower, baby. But it's okay. As long as you wrap it and make sure your ends are smooth, 9 times out of 10 you'll have good results. The other major key is the same tip for any wash and go rod set. You want to make sure your hair is dry. If your hair is not dry, it may not turn out good. So you want to make sure your hair is dry by any means necessary. So I go ahead and detangle the section. You can obviously do a perm rod set on like stretched hair as well. I haven't really done one on wet hair in a long time because I just don't be feeling like sitting through that drying time. But y'all let me know. Would y'all be interested in me doing like a wet perm rod set? I feel like wet perm rod sets are a little bit more voluminous versus elongated when you stretch it. But y'all let me know what you think. I'm so focused, I'm looking dead in the mirror. Okay, so you see how I just use my finger to wrap it around the rod? And you want to make sure it's smooth. That's the key of having like your ends looking good. One thing I will say is I noticed these products were very hydrating on my hair, and I love that for me because I need to start adding more moisture to my hair. The Thirst Trap cream, that leave-in, was really nourishing to my hair. My hair felt really soft. It also has a beautiful shine, and the foam mousse was like the perfect little topper. Now, I don't know if she's my favorite foam mousse. Let me be clear. She's cute, she's nice, but y'all already know what my favorite is. But I did see that Aunt Jackie's has another foam mousse with honey in it. So I'm curious to see if that one compares to my Holy Grail Crazy Sexy Curl from the Zoo. So y'all let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in a battle of the foam mousses, because I feel like that will be some fun content, and I'm trying to get more in the rhythm of styling my natural hair. So y'all let me know. I'm also contemplating doing a wig season though, so let me know if you're interested in that too, because my hair need a little break. But I'm definitely bringing you guys more natural hair tutorials all 2026, so lock in. If you are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, boo. Okay, now after I finished all my perm rods, I went ahead and sat under my hooded dryer. My rule of thumb is to play an episode of an hour-long show and just sit under the hooded dryer. So I actually got caught up doom scrolling, eating dinner. Y'all, I made some tostadas, and baby, they busting. Okay, y'all see that? Period. Now when I came up from under the dryer, I thought they was dry, but they was not. If your hair feels cold to the touch after you got from under a hooded dryer, your hair might not be fully dry, so make sure you pay attention to that. I just got from under the hooded dryer, and my hair looks and appears to be completely dry. So I'm about to use this Curl La La. This is the Bounce Back Refreshing Serum. Off rip, I'm noticing this oil initially feels wet. And I do see that it has cactus water in it, and the first ingredient is agua. So I'm a little nervous, but I wiped a little bit off on my towel. And after a few minutes, like, she's a little tacky. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and take these down. So I always start taking down my hair from the back. One thing, you have to be cognizant of the back of your head in the dryer when you're letting your hair dry. By the time I got to this one, I was like, wait a minute, it feels kind of cold to the touch. This might not be fully dry. I noticed my natural curl pattern peeking through, and I knew I had to get back under that hooded dryer. I'm sitting on the hooded dryer for one more episode. Okay, it's been 30 more minutes. My makeup looks crazy, okay, but just my business. Let's see if our hair is finally dry. Maybe it's just dry and super soft. Like, the soft part is throwing me because I'm like, it's like warm and soft, so I'm thinking it's wet still, but it might be dry. Okay, all the rods are out right now. I feel like it's just like the back of my hair that's still a little cold to the touch. And I feel like when it's cold to the touch, it's still a little bit wet. So I'm gonna sit back under the hooded dryer for about 15 more minutes and really make sure the back of my head is like covered in the dryer to make sure these are fully dry and set before I separate them. Okay, now my hair is officially fully dry. Now let's separate these curls. Okay, this is what my hair looks like off of the initial separation. And I think it looks good. I will say I can tell the areas where I didn't like make sure the ends were really tucked up under there because they're a little bit more stretched out, but not too shabby. Now, I will say this serum, I didn't really like it to take down the hair because it had that kind of stickiness to it versus like a oil that you just feel like is swiping down your hair for separating curls specifically. But I do think this would be a great oil for like scrunching out your hair. So I'm gonna put a little bit on and just kind of put this on the ends. I don't know how to describe this oil. Like, well, excuse me, it's a serum, so maybe that's why it's not an oil. It feels like, you know, when you have a face serum, like a niacinamide or a hyaluronic acid, it kind of feel like hyaluronic acid. When you like do your skincare and then once it dry down, it get a little tacky. That's what this is giving. It says it has shea butter, Kalahari melon, and cactus water. Let me see what else. Castor oil, glycerin, and a whole bunch of other words I don't know. But I don't know. It has like, I don't know. You see that? That's the serum. The stickiness of the serum, like once you put it on your hands. So I don't necessarily find it ideal for like taking down your hair. I think this is more so something like I would add as finishing touches, or if my hair was wet, I would add it. But yeah, so far, I will say it was a little bit more of a crunchier cast on this side where I used the gel, but this side is a little bit softer, which is the side that I did not use the gel on. But I don't know. I don't think the curls necessarily look different. I'm gonna fluff it out with a pick and figure out what I'm doing in the front, whether I'm gonna do a bang or a side part, and then I'll be right back. I wasn't really feeling how the bangs were looking on me, so I opted for the side part. This just happened to be kind of where I parted my hair when I did the perm rods, but this is what my hair looks like. I did go in and add some of my sacred oil. This one is a little bit more lightweight and not as sticky as this serum, so I used that to just kind of add a little bit of shine to my hair and fluff it out. My hair feels very lightweight. She is very bouncy, okay? And I think my curls turned out really cute, very defined. I had saw like one flake on this side, but I don't think the products are like flaking. However, sometimes I do be a little skeptical to mix like gels with other products because they can flake on you. But overall, I don't really see any flakes. I think that could have been possibly because I was styling on dirty hair. Even though I didn't put too many products in my hair when I had my silk press, I did have like one of those wax sticks on the front of my hair. So just be cognizant when you're applying product to dirty hair, aka reviving your silk press. But yes, I think this looks really good. While the curls aren't perfect, I think like the randomness is very cute. And yeah, just like our natural curls, each one is different, okay? And so I'm no longer striving for perfection in my braid outs, twist outs, perm rod sets, none of that. So I'm enjoying the different way my hair's curled. I love how it looks. And this is my first time styling my hair since she did the trim. She cut like 2 inches off my hair. Now as you can see, it has a nice little layered look. And I'm not mad at it. I think it looks very cute and it looks healthy. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about this perm rod set. Overall, I would have to say, Aunt Jackie's, y'all did y'all thing. Loving the foam mousse, okay? Next thing I need to try is doing like a wash and go. So y'all comment below and let me know if you want me to try the styling gel and the foam mousse and do a wash and go. Now I did say I'm trying to get away from doing wash and goes, but if you guys want to see it, because I feel like that's the best way to test out a gel like this, y'all let me know. When it comes to the curl milk, I'm not gonna hold you. My hair feels moisturized. Normally when I pick out my hair, it's crunchy, it's dry. When I was picking out my hair literally felt just like complete moisture. Like it's so soft to the touch. It still currently is soft to the touch. It don't feel greasy, it don't feel heavy, it feels very lightweight. And like I said, it got that bounce, bounce. Okay? Got that New Orleans bounce, honey. All in all, Aunt Jackie's done did it again. And Aunt Jackie, long time no chat. If you want to work, girl, have your people call my people, okay? Because Aunt Jackie's, I ain't gonna hold you. They've never steered me wrong, okay? Now make sure you guys go ahead, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, be kind, be true, and be you. Tipful. Bye.
It's Reshae.